Hello there, YouTubers. How are you doing today? I am just so Britished out all day long. British. Think I'm just going to become a Brit. Going to do this whole interview today is with a British accent because I'm just feeling quite British today. No, I'm not going to do that because it would be disastrous. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So happy to have you here today with me. So sorry it's been a while. You know, I am doing so many things. I am trying to juggle so much stuff, and this couple, they keep coming out with news, all this stuff going on all the time. It is just so crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I tell you, I never would have thought in a million years we'd have some half black girl trying to be disruptive to the royal family. You know, like that's just like, didn't just hit me like somewhere left field. Like, what? Girl, stop. What you doing? So apparently, there's a reporter who is saying that they had this Netflix deal going since before they even got married. Now, if that ain't some shadiness, I don't know what is. Come on now. Really? I mean, it's just unbelievable. And at this point, the British monarchy people, they have got to do something. Now, I do remember seeing a story about Parliament. There's someone trying to put something up before Parliament about, you know, they need to strip the titles of this couple. And yes, you needed to strip those titles a long time ago. They are just getting too big for their britches. Can't have this. You know, people, your kids start acting up. You got to smack that down. You got to take care of that. Let people see who the boss is. And it's been too much getting away with way too much. They need to be shown their place. So Meghan Markle and Prince Harry, and it's always Meghan Markle first. You know, like that's what I'm saying. Like Prince Harry, he ain't nothing but a sidestep. He just like there just to secure Meghan Markle just keep going forward. Like he's just there kind of holding things up. You know, he's just like, really? Meghan Markle, Prince Harry? This girl was nothing but a C-D-list actress on Suits. You know, she got all of a sudden this attention where it's her first and then Harry. Come on now. Come on, that should be Prince Harry, then Meghan Markle. They just, this whole Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, like that order of arrangement is just wrong. They need to stop with that in their headlines. Angela Levine, who has interviewed Prince Harry in the past for his biography, called the Sussexes Netflix deal the biggest exploitation of the royal family in our lifetime. And you got that right. They are exploiting the royal family. The idea of being a royal to pivot yourself on a higher plateau, like you are seriously using this now, and it's become very, very obvious to the people who usually don't follow the royal families now. Because, you know, like you and me, like we knew this a long time ago. But now people are like looking, oh, okay, that Meghan Markle, look at her. What's she doing? Like now they can see it. So, but now you're going to use the meaning behind royalty to get you to where you want to be in Hollywood. Well, the reality of this situation is eventually going to bite this couple on the rear side. You know why? Because there's just certain things you can't buy. There's just certain things you can't brand anymore. There's certain things that you either have it or you don't have it. And, you know, we all know Meghan, she doesn't have it, right? Harry certainly doesn't have it. He just walking around, just where should you lead me today, wifey? Kind of a person. He don't even know where he's going. He's just there as a side note. Okay. But she's going to manage to manipulate and to get herself to this ultimate place of, I've made it. I've made it to where I've always wanted to be ever since I started this whole idea of coming into the royal family, and she's going to finally get there because we see that she's got this Netflix deal. She's getting these things, right, that you can buy. But eventually she's going to get to a spot where she's not going to be able to buy people's opinion of the things that she's going to produce. She's not going to be able to buy the likability of her and who she represents, because we can see she's undercutting. She's kind of devious like person. You can't buy likability. So she's going to keep getting her way with these certain things that she's trying to do. But at some point she's going to hit, ow! She's going to hit the wall and it's going to hurt. And I know because I just felt it in my hand. It's going to hurt. And she's not going to get what she wants, because at some point you just got to have the it factor or not. And she has the it factor in a very, very negative kind of way. The it factor of like, how could she? Like, people are just looking at this train wreck because they're just like, oh my goodness, they're just fascinated with this train wreck. But at some point, you know, it's like you kind of almost keep trying to get something, and then when you finally get it, you're like, oh, this is it. And then you're going to keep trying and keep trying, and at some point you're not going to keep going higher and higher, because everything that goes up eventually does come down at some point. And the higher you climb, the harder you fall. So this whole Netflix deal, this whole being conniving about trying to do this Netflix thing before they were even married, to me is so misleading to the people, the British people who paid for this wedding, the renovations, the Queen, the whole family is now just butting heads with each other. It's just a big mess now, the royal family. And we know the common denominator for all of it is MM. She goes on to say, a Prince Harry biographer believes the Duke of Sussex and Meghan Markle had their Netflix deal in the pipeline from before they even got married. Claimed that the couple exploited the royal family by signing the mega money deal with the streaming service. And exactly right. They completely exploited the royal family. They have taken the royal family brand and they've used it for their own self-serving purposes, self-grandizement. They've used it for themselves. And now you've got this rogue couple who's taken this whole branding of the royal family and turned it around to represent what they want it to be. And she's trying to do a spin-off of the royal family. She's like, this is going to be a spin-off of the British royal family. We just going to have our own kind of show off of the backs and the history of the regular royal people. Speaking on True Royalties, the Royal Beat, she said, I think that it's the biggest exploitation of the royal family in our lifetime. I don't think this could have been done very quickly, that they come out of the royal family. They've got all their PR and agents set up. They negotiate with Netflix. Wham, bam, here's $150 million for your future. Yes, because we know when Meghan eventually left to go marry Harry, to go start her new life in England, she didn't get rid of her things. She kept that stuff on the sideline. She was like, okay, I'm going to put you over here temporarily while I go marry this prince. And then I'll be right back with y'all, okay? Let me just go marry him and have a baby, and then I'll be right back, and then we can just go ahead and get started all over again. Like, that's what she did. She's just, okay, you just sit here just for a little bit. I'll be right back. You know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'll be back. That's what Meghan did. I don't think this was plotted right from the very beginning before the wedding. We know that they set up their website before the wedding, and I think that this is using them. A close source to Harry and Meghan, oh, there we go, Harry first, then Meghan, told Daily Star online Angela's claims were utter tosh. Utter tosh? Okay, that must be a British thing because I ain't never heard that before. The scathing view was also not held by everyone in the studio. Journalist Victoria Murphy defended the couple, saying they were incredibly committed to the royal family when they first became engaged. Yeah, right. Okay, who is this lady? Victoria Murphy? You know what, Victoria? Just go somewhere and be quiet because we ain't trying to hear that. They were not committed to the royal family from the beginning, and you know that. I disagree with this idea of calculated ploys yet. It's a genuine love match. It's a genuine love match. It's a genuine love match. It's genuine. And they were really, really struggling to carry on as working royals. Yet, no, you're really struggling if you've done it for 5 or 10 years. Then you're really struggling because you've tried it. You were like, okay, I've given this a really good go. I've done it. I've tried it and I just can't take it anymore. Like, they didn't do that. They were like, in, out, up, I gotta go. It's like you step in somebody's house and then you step right back out. Like you didn't even try to get along. You didn't even try to make it work. So that's how you know it wasn't a genuine love match. This is how you know they had this set up from the very beginning. They had to. Something was going on from the very beginning. And that something that was going on was that MM. Now, I think one of the big fundamental things of them breaking away is that they wanted to be financially independent. Yes. Right. They wanted to be financially independent. They wanted to not have to listen to what anybody had to say. They didn't want to have to go do anything that was really, really going to help the British people. Okay. They weren't really there to do the things that they were supposed to do. So when she says that they really wanted to be financially independent, well, you have to ask yourself, then why? Why would you want to be independent? If you are there to do the things that you say they really were there to do, but they just couldn't do it anymore. If they were really there to do those things, then they would have been happy doing the things that they had to do to have all the wealth that they had. Now, I could see if they were living very impoverished, if they were living in a way that was not luxurious, and that they wanted to maybe have an opportunity to make more money because like the royal family, like they don't have no money. They got to go do all this stuff for the British people, but they don't get anything for it, like financially. Like they live in, very regular housing, like below average housing. I can see if that was the case, but you are already living in luxury. You are living with servants and butlers and chefs and nannies, and you're living with all this greatness, but yet you still want to be financially independent? No, lady, ask yourself why. Why? They wanted to be financially independent because they didn't want to have to do what they had said they were going to do from the very beginning. Come on, people. Ow. Oh, gosh. You know what? See, this is not good for me. This is not good for me because my hand is just not getting better. And I've had you guys have been trying to give me some things to do, but I'm not there yet. I'm trying, but this is just really bad. But anyway, look, lady, you can't say that they wanted to be financially independent and then say at the same time that they really tried and they really wanted to do all the things that they were supposed to do. You're contradicting yourself, lady. You can't say that. Okay? It is very obvious that they did not want to do the things that they were supposed to do because they wanted to have something much bigger and better than what they already had. They already had greatness. They already had the above average things that most people would die for. They wanted more. They were greedy. The word is greed. The word is self-loathing, self-aggrandizement, selfish. They wanted all the things that were going to benefit them 100% above average so that they could have, or Meghan could have, the pedestal of the whole world. Remember the video that I did? Incarnated Meghan as ruling the world. If you haven't seen it, check it out. But that is exactly what this is. So you can't look at a couple that essentially already has everything, and you can't say they just wanted to be financially independent They just wanted blah, 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 blah. You can't say that. So at this point, you're just fueling their greed and their selfishness by saying they just wanted to be financially independent. Lady, stop it. Let's not go there with that nonsense. Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal will allow them to produce content including documentaries, films, and kids shows. In a statement after the announcement, the pair said that they hope to make inspirational family programming that is also important to us. Right, also important to you, because everything that they do has to have an element of them in it. Because any and everything that they do is never going to really be about anyone else. It's always going to be on the forefront about them first and foremost, and not just the basic necessity of for them, but above and beyond for them. And then we'll include you little peons as a byproduct of what it is that we really want to do. It's not really about anybody but them and their greed and their selfishness. Okay? And this whole content, like, who's going to be behind them? Well, believe me, I'm going to be watching those credits. When those credits roll on anything that has their name attached to it, I'm going to be watching to see, well, who has attached and aligned themselves with this girl and her husband that is fueling this greed and this selfishness and this hypocrisy and this rude exploitation of the royal family. Who is behind this couple helping them with all of these things that are completely and should be just unacceptable? Unacceptable. You do not let someone produce content that is showing that they're a family-oriented people and for kids when you treat your own family like crap. That is the biggest contradiction I've ever seen. Professionally, you produce all this great content for married couples. You are a very pro advocate marriage life and a husband and a wife, and complete commitment to your wife. Like you want to produce something that really kind of elevates marriage. Okay, but in your private life, you a swinger. In your private life, you ain't about that, what you're producing. That's a contradiction, okay? This is a contradiction. You cannot say that you want to create inspirational family programming that is important to us, to you, like what you say it is. And in your private life, everything about family is not inspirational. It's like bad behavior. Like you can't do that. So everything about this couple is a contradiction. It's like you trying to pull over some magic trick, but we can see you behind the curtain trying to pull a magic trick. I see you. You have been exposed. I see you behind the curtain. Harry. The Duke of Sussex has since repaid in full the renovation costs for Frogmore Cottage, which will remain the couple's UK base. And you know what that's saying? That's Meghan saying, okay, Harry, we just going to say that the UK is still going to be our base. Okay, so to make Harry feel good, like to calm Harry down, because Harry's like, I'm living in California. Like, no, Harry, it's okay. We're going to still tell them that the UK is our base. That's what she did, because she knew he was having a hissy and he wasn't having it. So to make him feel good, she just had to say that. So Harry's like, yes, the UK is still our base. We're still living in California. He's freaking out over that. But as long as he can still say, yes, but it's okay. It's okay. The UK is still our base. And it's quite lovely, isn't it? Well, Harry, Meghan, we see you. Girl, we see you. We see what you doing. You just trying to make the man feel good. You just trying to make him feel better, to calm his nerves down. But we know you just saying that because he losing it over living in California. Okay, your base is the UK. We gotcha. For real? Like you're gonna say your base is the UK? Well, don't nobody in the UK really like you